Hi everyone, it's your boy Ricky here for Honeybee Stamps. I hope you're doing well today. I don't know if you've seen the latest release, but wow, what can I say? Honeybee Stamps, always knocking it out of the park. But we're going to be using some products from the latest release. Y'all, if you haven't seen it, it's got everything. It has reindeer, it has old-timey toys, it has trees, it has presents, it has all the things Christmas. So before we get started, just a few things. Subscribe to the channel. Secondly, click that notification bell so that you know a new video has come out. Third, leave some comments down below. Tell us what you think about the products, maybe some of your favorite products that you've seen so far. And fourth, share the love. If you know someone that may like this video, go ahead and send it out to them. So let's get down to the desk to see what we're going to be using today so we can start making the card. We are going to be using the What's Cookin' stamp set and matching die set. We are going to be using the Homemade with Love stamp and coordinating die set as well. We are going to be using the Gingerbread Village paper pack, which is so pretty. Love it. And then various cardstocks here, and then some brown ink here, and then we're going to do some heat embossing too. But let me go ahead and get the desk set up for the first step. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and stamp out the cookie board or the cutting board. So we are going to go ahead and get this into our MISTI, and then we're going to use this brown ink here to put this on the paper. I hope that it's dark enough. We may have to go with something a little darker if we need to, but we're going to see how this goes. And then there's a coordinating die that goes with this that puts texture in it also. We're going to try that to see exactly how it works because I have not previously made this card. So it's going to be an experiment for all of us together. Alrighty. So we have that stamped out, and then we're just going to take the coordinating die, which is here. And I don't know if this actually cuts out or not, so we're gonna figure that out. I'm gonna place this, we're gonna take this off. Here we go. And then, not quite sure how this is gonna work. It's probably not supposed to be with the printed. Oh, here we go. The little lines in the stamp match the little lines in the die, so we know how to line that up. There we go. All right, so let's get this taped down. I'm gonna run this through the die cutting machine, and we're gonna see what this looks like when it comes out, because that will determine what the next step is. Okay, so I ran this through the die cutting machine, and it actually only makes the imprint here, but we want to cut this out. So there is a separate die. So we are going to go ahead and run this through the die cutting machine and get this cut out. Okay, so my idea here is not going to work, and I'll show you here in a second. So to work on this, I'm going to put this to the side. We'll save this later for a different project. But what I'm going to do is just cut this out alone by itself. And I'll show you why this wasn't going to work. So let me go ahead and get this cut out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so let me show you why this wasn't going to work. And so you'll know if you decide to make this project, or maybe you're doing some research to figure out how things work. What I want to do is actually put this cookie recipe on the board, but I didn't realize that, I guess I could have realized it because it is kind of the same size. But I want to heat emboss this on here. And since this is textured and it already has a stamp over it, I can't, really do that here. I really wanted it to just kind of lay on there. So that's why that's not going to work. So what we're going to do is I'm going to set this up in the MISTI, and we're going to stamp this out and do some heat embossing. So let me get that set up. Okay, so I have this set up to do the stamping, and we're going to do some heat embossing here. So let's go ahead and pick up the stamp. And then we're going to take our anti-static tool on here just so that we can make sure none of the powder sticks to where it's not supposed to. And then we're just going to use some honeybee ink here, embossing ink, to get this down. Let's rub this stamp down because we haven't used it yet. And we want to do this lightly when we press it because we don't want to distort any of the letters. So we're just going to press lightly. And then we will stamp again. And we could actually do this a few times. It's not going to hurt anything, just as long as this area doesn't move. There we go. And I think I'm going to just do one more. And I can see where it's lighter, so I'm going to just press down a little bit there. And the rest of the area looks good. And let's give it a good solid rub all the way around. All right, I think that's good. So we'll take this out. My mat here has embossing powder on it. I need to clean that. All right, so then we're just going to take the embossing powder and put this on. Oh gosh, I hate the touch of this. Shake it off. You gotta shake it off. Oh, speaking of Mariah, she has unthawed. The music has started. So all you're going to hear is her Christmas song, which I have no problem with. Leave a message down in the comments. Do you like Mariah Carey's Christmas music? Because I'm a fan. All right, so this looks great. I'm going to go ahead and get this heat embossed and we'll go up to the next step. All right, so before I go to the next step, I just thought of a great idea for this, to use this extra piece. If I wanted to, I could actually glue these pieces together, and then on the back side would be like the wood area. And you not glue it. You probably shouldn't glue it because you should tie it here with a string. And what you could do is actually place this onto maybe a jar that has all these ingredients to make these cookies. And then on the inside, you could write your sentiment or say to and from and all that great stuff. So that would be a great idea for this. But what I'm going to do is just, I'm not going to use this today, but I thought that would be a great idea for something if you wanted to do that. So what we're going to do is put this on. Where'd my paper go? Here we go. We are going to put this onto the gingerbread paper here. And we're just going to cut this to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Let's see. There we go. And I just want to see how much room this takes up onto the paper. All right. It's okay, not too bad. I feel like I need to do something else with it though, because this is going to look pretty plain with what I wanted to do with it. So, let me pause this for a second and let me think about how I'm going to make this a little more exciting. So I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, in order to fix this, because I felt like it was a little too plain, I decided that I'm to bring in some of this holographic paper that I have in my stash that I've had actually for about 9 years. But I thought this would be like the touch of fancy that we could add to it. So it'd be like this, and it has some, it's shiny, it has something fun, and then we have this here. So, all right, I have that. So now we need to do the sentiment. So let me get that set up. All right, so we are going to be making a birthday card for, winter babies, November, December, and we're going to be using the Whisking You a Sweet Birthday for this card. And we're just going to kind of do the same thing what we did for the recipe on the board. We're just going to get this rubbed out. We're going to use some anti-static powder here. And we're just going to do the same thing. Not press too hard, but make sure you get ink coverage where it needs to go. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put powder on this, get it heat embossed and cut out with the coordinating die, and then we'll come back and put all of this together. Okay, so I just thought of another way that we can add a touch of fancy to this. I haven't put this together yet, but what we could do is take the North Pole gem stickers, and what I want to do is take this red here. Let me take this off for a second. We're going to put this big one over the hole right there. And then what we could do is just take the next size, kind of put one here, and then the smaller one here. There we go. So I like this. It adds a little more to the card. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get this together. What I decided to do was just reuse this piece of paper that I cut the board out with. No one's going to see this, so it doesn't matter. We're just going to glue this down. There we go. Then we're going to take the next layer, which is the holographic paper. Oh, might need to clean the tip of my glue off. I think it's got a little dried glue on it. Then we're going to put that down. Whoops. Wipe that glue off. There we go. So we have that. Then we're going to take the next layer, which is the gingerbread paper. Now this one we're going to want to like sit something on top of it until it dries, because we are putting it on top of like a slippery paper because it's shiny. So we're just going to put this down here. We're going to make sure it's nice and even. And then I'm going to put my MISTI on top of it for about 5 minutes just to make sure it's dry, and then I'll come back and finish the card. Okay, so this is dried. It's pretty much stuck where it needs to be. So we are going to put the last remaining parts on the card and it'll be done. I have some 3M foam tape here on the back of this little board with the recipe. And we're just going to place this like that. And I assume this is a real recipe and you could follow this. So if you make this, leave a comment down below and let me know if it actually is a recipe that you can follow. I assume it is, and then we are going to put the sentiment here. I want to make sure it's straight. That looks good. And you guys, that's the card. Simple. You can mass produce these pretty easily. Probably switch up the colors if you wanted. Looks really cute. I like it. You can change it into a holiday card instead of a birthday card, but definitely something that was fun to make. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Make sure you click the links down below to check out all the products that I used today. Subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell so that you know a new video has come out. Third, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you liked about the card, all that great stuff. And I can't remember the question I asked you in the middle of the video to respond to, but do that also. And then lastly, share the love. If you know someone that may like this video, go ahead and send it out to them. So until next time, I will talk with you all soon. Bye.